From the National Weather Service in Raleigh, it's your routine weekly briefing for Central North Carolina. This briefing covers the period today, Monday, through Sunday this week, the 11th of January, which is today, through the 17th, which is this upcoming Sunday, 2021. All right, thanks for joining. And so this is our first briefing since the weather event late last week, and certainly I would say late last week. With that weather event, we got real lucky, and things could have turned out a lot worse if the atmosphere would have cooled another degree or two. But that's the way winter weather events are here in Central North Carolina. We're in a part of the country where everything tends to be very marginal, and it's tough to get really is difficult. And it takes a unique set of circumstances to brew together a winter weather event. So when they do happen, they're obviously infrequent, and everything tends to be very marginal. So anyway, last weekend's event was no different. So anyway, the good news is for this week, you might recall at the end of the briefings late last week, during the Q&A session, some folks had asked about what about next week's system, referring to the weather system that's moving across, or that's set to move across our area tonight. And, there was some uncertainty a few days ago as to whether or not that system would have any capability to produce winter weather, particularly since the low is passing by to our south. So there was some concern, 5, 6, 7 days ago that tonight's weather event would have some risk for some wintry precip types. However, there is not enough cold air in place. So we do have low pressure passing by to our south, but we just don't have the cold air in place to make it anything other than rain. So anyway, our forecast tonight, and you can kind of see a little depiction of that in the upper left-hand graphic there. So we'll caption that with light rain today through early Tuesday. Now, given that the low is passing by to our south, the rain's mostly going to stay south. So I would say the bulk of the rain, which bulk of the rain is even a strong word to use because it ain't going to be a whole lot of rain. It's going to be fairly light, but most of what does fall will fall south of Highway 64. So once you get north of the Virginia border, it's pretty much going to stay dry. All right. So light rain event, low impact, really no major concerns. And then it'll stay warm enough for liquid through the event. All right. So then dry weather from late Tuesday through Thursday night, thanks to high pressure. And then we have a cold front that will be moving through late in the week, like Friday night. So as generally happens ahead of cold fronts, oftentimes we'll see the risk for some rain ahead of cold fronts, and this front will be no different. However, the rain that falls late in the week will probably be light. Again, not a whole lot of it, not very heavy. So we have this lower left there captioned with light rain may fall across our area Friday and Friday night ahead of the next cold front. And there's two words in that sentence, that bullet, that I want to highlight, and it's light and may. So what rain falls will be light, and some places may not see any rain at all. So anyway, that's late week. And then finally, that front that's coming through is going to be pretty strong with a pretty cold air mass behind it. So this upcoming weekend is looking dry, but kind of chilly, if not maybe even cold at times. The good news, as I kind of alluded to at the onset of this briefing, is no winter weather, no winter precip is expected during this briefing period. All right. So to kind of wrap this up, with looking at rainfall amounts, rain this briefing period will fall late today through early Tuesday, and again Friday and Friday night. Again, if it falls at all Friday and Friday night, 7-day totals will be less than an inch. Okay, so not a whole lot of rain where it does rain. No risk for flash flooding in the next 3 days. No thunderstorms expected the next 3 days. And then when we look to the following week, we're talking the 8 to 14-day outlook. Odds do not favor above or below normal temps for Central North Carolina. So there's nothing in the data that suggests we're going to have a real big warm up. Nothing that suggests it's going to be a massive cool down. And then odds lean toward above normal precip for central North Carolina. Okay. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. Doesn't mean it's going to be wet. Doesn't mean it's going to be a washout. It just means the data suggests odds favor above normal. All right. So a real quick and really low impact overall briefing here. Light rain, mostly south of Highway 64 today through early Tuesday. Dry weather from late Tuesday through Thursday night. Light rain may fall across our area Friday and Friday night ahead of the next cold front. Dry but cold for this upcoming weekend. Low impact weather overall, and no precip, no winter precip, that is. Nothing in the way of ice, nothing in the way of snow expected during this briefing period. Okay. And there you have the details there at the bottom. And if you want to look at the details for your specific location, go to weather.gov/Raleigh, weather.gov/Raleigh, and type in your zip code in the upper left-hand corner for details for your exact location. Once you type in your zip code, hit go, and you'll get all the fine details for your zip code. All right, thanks so much.